Today I'd like to tell you a special story about a zebra. Now zebras are amazing creatures. They have one hoof on each of their feet, so that makes them an odd-toed ungulate. They are part of the equus family of animals, just like horses and donkeys. But zebras have something special. They like to live in a big, beautiful herd. In fact, the zebras in our story have a special saying. Together we are united, united we are strong. Every morning and every night, little Zebra's mom would whisper these words to him, and he would nod back at her. He wasn't entirely sure what they meant, but he knew they were important, so he tried to follow them. Along with this saying was the rule. It was the most important rule because it was the rule of survival. His mother told him that one zebra was not strong enough or fast enough to be safe. But together we are united. United we are strong. Little Zebra thought about this often. He thought about it when he looked at the big elephants trundling by. How he wished to be a big elephant. He tried to make himself bigger and stronger by pushing up on his hooves, but he just wobbled and fell over. An elephant calf who had poked his head out from his mother's legs to watch him started to laugh, and Little Zebra got so embarrassed that he ran back to his mother's side. Another time, Little Zebra was watching the beetles scurrying through the grass. Suddenly he noticed that the ground was shaking. "What's going on?" he yelled. His mother told him to come stand nearby. Little Zebra was so scared as the ground shook harder and harder. A huge cloud of dust appeared on the horizon, and soon he saw the reason for the shaking. A huge herd of buffalo were going past. There were so many that Little Zebra couldn't even count that high. They kept walking past for what seemed like hours, and then they walked past some more. Little Zebra was amazed. "There are so many," he murmured. His mother smiled at him. "Safety in numbers," she said. Little Zebra smiled back, but inside he was confused. What did maths have to do with it? Little Zebra thought a lot. He liked to have a quiet time to think about things, like why a butterfly's wings are symmetrical, or why he had black and white stripes instead of brown and green ones. Surely brown and green would be better camouflage, he thought. He was very proud of that new word he had learned. Camouflage meant blending in. Many animals had camouflage, but Zebra didn't think they did. He looked at their big, obvious black and white stripes and shook his head. Definitely not camouflage to the grass around them. "Why do we have stripes?" he asked his mother one day. His mother sighed, as she sometimes did when he asked too many hard questions. "Because," she said, "together we are united. United we are strong." Little Zebra still looked confused, but he nodded when she went back to munching some grass. He decided to think about it some more. Little Zebra did his best thinking by himself, and that was hard to do in a herd. Sometimes he found himself wandering off away from the others just to have some quiet time to think. His mother always rushed him back and said, "Together we are united. United we are strong." This made Little Zebra a bit frustrated, as he really just wanted some time alone. He liked to be by himself, so he could think and watch and listen without the hoofbeats and snorting that went on in the herd. Little Zebra sighed. One day, Little Zebra was thinking a very big thought. He had seen a beautiful kingfisher with bright colors, and he was thinking hard about animal colors. He was thinking so hard that he didn't realize he had wandered off again. His mother was busy talking to a friend and didn't see him walk off. Little Zebra thought and walked and thought and walked. He enjoyed the quiet and felt that his thoughts were really starting to figure things out. He was so happy for the peace and quiet. Suddenly, he realized how quiet it actually was. That was very good for thoughts, but not so good for safety. He looked up, and with a start he realized he couldn't see his mother anywhere. He started to get worried and scared and anxious. He liked being on his own, but he didn't want to be on his own for too long. He looked and looked across the horizon of bushes and grass. Little Zebra realized that there was one patch of grass that was playing tricks on his eyes. It was all blurry and a different color to the rest. He walked cautiously forward until he could see that it was a black and white blur that stood out in front of him. "What is that?" he thought as he went closer and closer. When little Zebra was very close, suddenly he realized what he was seeing. It was his herd! He laughed out loud and ran towards them. One black and white spot rushed out of the blur and came towards him. It nickered and came to bump noses with him. It was his mother. Little Zebra sighed in relief to see her. "Mom, you'll never guess what I saw," he said quickly. His mother, distracted from her reprimand, asked what. "I know why zebras are black and white," he said proudly. His mother looked at him with a confused expression. "I already told you that." "Yes, but now I understand. We're all black and white and stripy, so that when we stand together, we look like one big, giant, stripy black and white blur. And that makes it hard for a predator to see one of us." "Of course," his mother said with a kind smile. "I told you, remember? Together we are united. United we are strong." Little Zebra smiled happily and repeated the words, finally understanding them. "Together we are united. United we are strong." He snuggled against his mother and thought some more deep thoughts. One of them was maybe, just maybe, he didn't need to go off on his own too much to think, because his mom was pretty good at thinking too, even in all the busyness. As little Zebra grew older, he realized that he could find a quiet space in his own head for his thoughts, even when he was in the noisy herd. Because after all, together we are united, united we are strong. And little Zebra was glad to be strong, stronger than even an elephant, when he was with his herd.